Welcome to the Bird Gang Nation Sports Media Show, repping the greatest team of all time. Let's go! Bird Gang 31, he be the host with the most. We going deep, burning teams. They ain't nothing but toast. It's Senior Arrested. Sirianni put me in coach, running like Miles Sanders till I bumped my head on the post. Touchdown! Yeah, that's coming. Devontae's crazy route running. Jalen hurting them, throwing lasers to Rager, young gunning. Come on! On the D side, we ride, sack him with Fletcher, lay him out on the stretcher. No one can protect you. Watch Darius lay him, shutting down your routes. Come on! In my green John, eating Philly cheesesteaks. Put up your cups, wings up, if you can relate. Tailgating at the link like Gangsta Stride. To the Bird Gang Nation, that's worldwide. On Sundays, catch the pre and post game. Mondays is Birds on Broad Street with Philly Notion and Cool Cat the Man in Motion. And Wednesdays, the midweek special got you open with JC from Eagles Talk, hitting like B-Dog, baby.
Welcome to another episode of Bird Gang Nation Sports Talk. I'm your host, Bird Gang 31. Today, Nation, we have a very special guest in the house from Breaking Bronco. It's my boy Dan came in to talk some football with me. How you doing today, my guy?
I'm doing great, my guy. I'm really looking forward to this. I really have been just working on this the last few days. Everything's been focused to give y'all the best content I can.
Oh, yeah, man. We love that over here, my guy. So go ahead and let everybody know a little bit about your background, your channel and whatnot, and where they can find you at.
I am a born and bred Colorado native. I have lived in Colorado most of my life, but I did transplant to Florida for a little while, but I'm back, and now I'm building up this network. The Answer is 42. I'm here representing my Breaking Broncos podcast. That's on that network with y'all to represent Broncos country. So if y'all like what you see here, make sure you check on over on our channels.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Well, I guess let's get into it, my guy. Broncos, how do you like them from, you had your impressions of what you thought they're going to be this year up to, 9 games in? How do you like them right now? Are they where you thought they would be, better or worse?
They are definitely actually better than I thought they would be. Honestly, at this point, I thought they would be at best 4-5, not 5-4. They kind of flipped the script with that Dallas Cowboys game. It was just that was an anomaly. I know a lot of people want to consternate about whether or not that Broncos squad that showed up in Dallas is the real Broncos squad. To me, it's not. That was just an anomaly. Cowboys overlooked them. It was a trap game. Just everything broke the Broncos' way. So they are definitely above what I expected, but I believe that they are going to come back down to earth very shortly.
Okay. So what are your bright spots right now? What do you think? Who's playing better than you thought they would be, first week of the season?
Honestly, the brightest spots on this roster are everything that the new GM George Paton has done. Every flash that you see in the pan, he's got his fingerprints on. You got Kenny Young and Weatherspoon that he just traded for right before the deadline that are just creating havoc all over the field. Kenny Young's tackling anything that moves. Weatherly's beating up whoever's tackle is in his way. You have Javonte Williams, the rookie running back. I mean, he's an absolute beast.
He is a beast. I've seen some highlights.
He reminds me of Marshawn Lynch, but with more speed. It's absolutely insane. And he can catch the ball just like a receiver. So the one thing that really irritates me, and I'm kind of happy to see that Pat Shurmur was put on the COVID list today. I know that might be mean to say, but it means that he's not calling plays this weekend. And so somebody else can actually commit to the run like he did last week, where the Broncos had 190 yards rushing against the Dallas Cowboys. So as long as they can pound the rock and Teddy Bridgewater cannot throw interceptions like he did last week, the Broncos have a chance this weekend. But I just don't know. There's too many outliers and too many things that scare me when you really dig into the numbers.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you guys got some good rookies over there. I remember I watched a little bit of the highlights. Cooper and Williams had some nice games last week. Those guys were beasts out there. So
Yes.
have you seen any of the Eagles games? Have you had a chance to get a take of what kind of team you guys going to be playing this weekend?
I have watched a few games. I do have a little bit of an affinity for the Eagles. I am a really big Donovan McNabb fan. I really loved him when he was playing, and one of my best friends is actually cousins to McNabb. So
What?
he's a really big, yeah, he's actually a really big Eagles fan as well. Like he's literally blood cousins with McNabb.
We need to talk to him. Tell
So
him BIRDGANG needs McNabb on the show. That would be legit. Tell your cousin. You know what I'm saying? I slip him a check, whatever he need to do. We need to get this done. McNabb, man. You know how legendary that would be to be the first one to
he
bring
really would.
McNabb on one of these little low-key podcasts, man. I'll be the king. They already called me the collab king, man. That'd be really putting some royalty on that one right there if we got Donovan McNabb. So, I'm not pressuring you. Just
Yeah.
like if you get a chance to talk to him, like, hey, I got a cool guy, man. He an Eagle fan. You know what I'm saying? You want to see what's up. 30 minutes with your boy. Let's get it done.
I can't make any promises, but I will definitely reach out for you, brother. Because I mean, if we're going to put a crown on somebody, I think it should be you, most definitely.
Hey, thank you, man. Hey, shout out to the 15 in the chat. Please hit that like and subscribe to
Sure.
both of our channels, BIRDGANG 31, if you are a Broncos fan, and Breaking Broncos over here with my boy Dan. You know what I'm saying? I know I seen you on Facebook, and I just found out about your channel on YouTube.
Yep. Yeah, I have actually a social media link for essentially every social media out there. I have YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I even think I have a Snapchat that my wife set up. I haven't used it, but I think I got
Right?
it. So I mean, literally anywhere that you want to find your content, you can find me.
Nice, man. Yes, man. So go check him out. And I think that is the link that's inside of this description. It shows like it goes to like your Facebook and your another platform. I forgot which one exactly it is. So that description is in there, and also the link to his YouTube channel. So we got you
I
covered
appreciate the
there.
love. I
Who
appreciate the
would
love.
be your top two people that you're worried about the most on the Eagles that going into the game this week?
Top two would be Miles Sanders and Dallas Goddard. That's your tight end, right? Dallas Goddard.
Yeah.
Um, for two main reasons. The Broncos' run defense is extremely suspect. I like the fact that they're going to get back Mike Purcell, the big Samoan in the middle,
Hmm.
but it's dependent on how good that hand is working for him, on how well he can shed blocks and things of that nature. So that will be to be seen. And I really like y'all's run game. Miles Sanders. I mean, a lot of people they overhyped him because of who his father is, but I do think he is a very, very good back in this league, and I think he is severely underutilized. I think
Yeah.
that y'all use him a lot in the ways, in a lot. If I can talk all of a sudden, a lot of the way that that Pat Shermer misused Philip Lindsay over the last couple of years. That's really the best comp I can give. Those two guys were just sat in the absolute worst systems for their skill set, and they just have not been utilized. So, and the Broncos are notoriously horrible against tight ends. That has been one of their biggest bugaboos over the last 5 years.
Hmm.
So, any type of a decent tight end, and Dallas Goddard is definitely at least above average. So, he gives me a lot of worries, especially with the injuries. The new injury to Barrett Browning, the rookie or linebacker that's been doing very well in coverage. So,
Hmm.
if he can't go, then I see Dallas Goddard having a very big day as well as Miles Sanders if they can get him the ball out of the backfield.
Nice, man. Nice. And do you know if your boy Sertain's playing this week?
He is officially out. He has a knee sprain, so he is out. I know you're happy. I know you're happy because that frees it. But you have to remember, Kyle Fuller had his best game of the year last week, and Ronald Darby is back. And
We ain't worried
Darby
about
was good.
Darby. We know everything to know about Darby over here in Philadelphia.
I knew
He
you were
came
going to
back
say that.
twice. Okay, he came back twice, so we know what Darby can give you, and we know what Darby can't give you. So I'm pretty sure we have him, down packed for this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was worried about Surtain playing, and that's a whole nother beast right there. That guy's a rookie, and he's doing big things already this year. You know what I'm saying? So, but you should expect it. All those boys from Alabama usually go there in pros and do something good, right off the jump. So, you guys got an Alabama guy too over there on your offense. How do you rate Jerry Jeudy?
Yeah, I definitely stand for Sertan. I want to say that. But when it comes to Jerry Jeudy, I love his route running. I love his agility, his speed, all of those things. I question his toughness. I question whether or not he's going to be that guy that's going to get you those contested catches on third down over the middle of the field.
Mm-hmm.
Those plays are seeming to always go to Tim Patrick or Cortland Sutton. So the fact that Jerry Jeudy has that limitation, I think that's going to limit the true ceiling of his potential. I think he's going to be much more of an outside guy
Mm-hmm.
than that do it all receiver like Odell Beckham Jr. was early in his career, DeAndre Hopkins, things of that nature. So I don't think he's going to be as elite as people think he is, but I think he's going to be a very good player.
Yeah, man, Judy's a beast. You know what I'm saying? That guy, if you get him healthy, get him in the flow of your offense, especially if you got that run game going. You guys, he definitely get open. Is he your number one?
No, Cortland Sutton is definitely the number one receiver on this team when it comes to overall talent. When it comes to production, though, the actual best receiver so far this year is Timmy P. That man is he's like Michael Thomas, but bigger. He's 6'5", 230 pounds, and the man is the only receiver in the league that has not dropped a pass since the middle of the 2019 season.
Wow.
Every other receiver in the league has dropped at least one pass. He has not dropped a single pass in that time frame. That's why we have the consternation and the debate: do we keep Cortland Sutton, who has all the talent in the world? He's huge, he's fast. He reminds me of Demaryius Thomas, but he has injury issues and he's not as consistent. He has drop issues as well, just like Jeudy does. But Timmy P is just that he doesn't have all the talent in the world, but he has all the size and all the want and the will. So there's a bit of a consternation in Broncos country right now. Who do we keep, Sutton or Timmy P? Because they both are kind of like 1A, 1B at this point.
Who are you keeping?
Me, I like Timmy P. One, for two reasons. One, you can get him on a cheaper deal, which means that you can still extend people like Javonte Williams, Jerry Jeudy, etc. when they get their rookie deals up. And then
Mm-hmm.
also he's been more consistent and he's been healthier. Like obviously this is NFL. There's 100% risk of being injured, but
Facts.
he has had the better track record of staying healthy. Even though he was undrafted because he had a compound fracture in his leg at the University of Utah, which is why Timmy P went undrafted.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, yeah. Either way, Judy's gonna be there. So you know what I'm saying. Like you
Yeah,
guys ain't get rid of Judy. Sutton was good. I did like him, but I have seen a lot of that. P got Patrick right. He's out there
yeah.
doing some nice things at that receiver position, man. Let's go back to your running backs, man. Well, how you feel about Gordon? You know what I'm saying? Is Gordon now not the lead back? Is it all Williams' team now, and Gordon's got to take that back seat?
You just want to get me going. I don't like Melvin Gordon at all. I absolutely hated the signing from the beginning last year. I hated the fact that they signed him because I knew what they were going to do, and they did it. They were going to put Philip Lindsay on the back burner, not utilize him, make him look like he's the bad back, when the actuality is that Melvin Gordon is not that great of a back. The man has had 1,000-yard season in his career, and that was in a contract year. The man has been hurt over and over again. He has horrible fumbling issues that have been a bugaboo since he was at Wisconsin. So no, there's really no love for me with Melvin Gordon. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I absolutely love Javonte Williams. I've given him my own nickname. I call him the Grim Reaper because he's just out there snatching souls from folk. Like, I mean, the man is running over linebackers and linemen. Like that's
Yeah.
insane. He's 5 foot
Williams looked like a
11.
beast last week for sure.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
shout
He's
out to
only 5 foot.
Peanut Man with the $5 super chat. Much love to you.
Okay.
He says, "When are you going to go on Birds, Beer, and BS?" I don't even know about that show, but I would definitely look them up and definitely try to go on there if they're good. You know what I'm saying? They give that good Eagle content, and hey, I'm always down to go talk some football. So, or I'll see if they want to come on my show. You know, either way. But yeah, thank you again for the shout out. Much love to you. Keep supporting. He's like keeping it up, Bird Gang. Yeah, man, I'm trying to do my thing. How you guys doing tonight, man? So what about your tight ends? Is Font the guy that's number one that we need to be worried about, or is it somebody else?
They are going to feed Fant because he was their first round pick, and they have to justify skipping over Devin White, the linebacker that's in Pittsburgh now. They traded out of the 10th overall pick with the Steelers to get the 20th overall pick and gave up the chance to take one of the best young middle linebackers that are in the game today. So there is a lot of consternation in Dove Valley about getting Noah Fant involved in the offense because he has the talent to be the next Shannon Sharp. He has all of the physical tools, but for some reason his mental is not there this year. He's had a lot of concentration drops. He's had more penalties this year than he had in all of his previous career up until this point. So
Ryan.
you know, there's a lot of worries there. I know that y'all have an issue with backup tight ends. That's
Yeah.
something that
All the
y'all have had
elite
an
tight
issue with.
ends we shut down over here. You know what I'm saying? We're
Yeah,
like, hey, no, you ain't doing it today. But all those backups, man, they be eating on us. Just eating on us, man. It's
so,
horrible, man. But our defense been struggling in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, our coach needs to step it up this week, or I think he'd be getting a pink slip pretty soon there.
I've been seeing y'all seem to hate y'all D coordinator as much as we hate
He's
our offensive
garbage,
coordinator
man.
here. Y'all
He's
sound just like the Broncos country when it comes to Pat Shermer and Tom McMahon. At least y'all only got one coach y'all hate. We hate two over here in Broncos country. So
Yeah, man. He's just not that guy. You know, we like blitzing defenses, you know, defenses that gonna put the pressure on the quarterback. And this guy gets englamored by all these quarterbacks. As soon as he plays, I'm like, oh, watch out. We gotta stay in the soft zone. You know what I'm saying? Like we had 5 games of over, 80% passing against us. You know what I'm saying? Like one's even being a 90. And that never happened before in like years, the whole all since the beginning. And it's like to have it all in one year, back to back to back, man, it's kind of disheartening. You know what I'm saying? That makes you like, come on, man. Like, even we hated our defense last year, and you're coming out, you're way worse than that is. You know what I'm saying? Like, we thought with you, we drank all the Kool-Aid. We thought our defense gonna be rocking this year. Blasted. We got the talent, we got the veterans. We got a lot of veterans, and we got the talent to actually do something productive if he knew what he was doing out there. Like.
bro. I mean, you sound exactly like I said. All of Broncos country will be talking about the offense. I mean, you have all the talent in the world, and you're doing nothing with it. You had running backs that were averaging 5 yards per carry on the year, but you're letting the other running back that's averaging less than 4 yards per carry start. It's just infuriating. I completely get it when you have all the talent to be good, but the only reason you're not is because of the X's and O's that just gets you on a whole nother level of anger when you're a fan.
Oh yeah, we angry. Like we said, I didn't say he need to get talked to. I said he need to get that pink slip on the way out of Denver. If he lets Teddy Bridgewater light us up for 80, go ahead, Gannon. I dare you. Let Teddy Bridgewater light us up for 80% or better for passing rating against us, man. You're not coming back to Philly. You're gonna be stuck in a Mile High City, hanging out with the Broncos and Peyton Manning and all the other people out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you like Teddy
While we're on,
Bridgewater?
thank you for asking. I hate Teddy Bridgewater. I cannot. I can't stand it. Like it drives me nuts that he has done absolutely everything that Drew Lock did to be hated, and people love him. Like he's literally done everything that Drew Lock did, throwing bad interceptions, holding on to the ball for longer than you should. Like he is currently third in the league in holding on to the ball between snap and throw. And people want to give him excuses of why did he get sacked 4 times against the Cowboys in a 30-16 win. How do you throw it enough times to get sacked 4 times in a 30-16 win that was 30-0 for 56 minutes? Like that
Right.
just tells you how long he's holding on to the ball and setting up his offensive line for failure. I mean, the constant luck is the only reason the man
Bro.
has the numbers that people want to sit here and consternate and say that he's so good for. The
Mhm.
garbage time touchdowns and yards against the Steelers and oh shoot, who was the team we played afterwards? Anyway, those 2 games where he had garbage touchdowns, garbage yards, all those things. And I mean, just last week he had an interception negated because Trayvon Diggs held on the complete opposite side of the field and was
Mhm.
completely irrelevant. He got absolute, and he's had at least 5 other interceptions that have been dropped. He's had, yeah, it's. I mean, it's just when you dig into the numbers, he is not a top 15 quarterback. I know that his QBR and his quarterback rating all say that he's a top 15 quarterback, but those are counting stats. When you go down,
Mhm.
dig into the analytics, it gets really ugly for Teddy Bridgewater. And he's just had so much luck, and luck is not sustainable in the NFL. That's why I say
Facts.
that the Broncos are going to be coming back down to earth and very soon.
Ooh, yeah, man, that's some hot takes right there. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I've never been scared of Teddy Bridgewater. Like he's just not the quarterback you're really worried about. If Teddy has a good game, yes, and hopefully your defense probably gave it to him. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to your defense to really control that situation. And I think if I was scanning, I'll be at the point where I'm tired of hearing everybody talk about me. You know what I'm saying? Saying my defense is soft, saying I suck at coaching, saying I need to get a pink slip, and I'll create a new defense and come out swinging, this Sunday, like letting them know that, hey, okay, I understand. Watch this blitz, packages, crazy packages that I thought of. And here we go, you know what I'm saying? But that's the only way we're really going to win. We got to stop
That
that run and we got to freaking hit Teddy early, man. Like those are my two
that would be
key
brilliant.
keys to victory to go beat you guys. You know what I'm saying? And then be balanced on offense. We got Miles Sanders coming back. That's huge. You know what I'm saying? He ain't played, and everybody's been all hyped up about Howard and Scott and all these guys. Like Miles Sanders is back, and we're running the ball. Think about that for a second. Understand what that means. That means we got 30 carries. Miles is back, so he's getting like 17 of those carries. You know what I'm saying? And now you're gonna get to see what Miles Sanders can do. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, we said earlier, when you don't give him the ball, you can't really judge him. You know what I'm saying? Like I hated how everybody's like, yeah, he needed to be out. He needed to be out. Like he was trying his hardest on every single play because he knew he wasn't getting the ball again. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just happy that Miles Sanders is back. We're running the ball. It's gonna be consistent. We still got Howard up on the active roster. So that's your short yardage back. You still got the rookie in Boston, that do their little pass thing they like to do over there. You know what I'm saying? So we got a full stable of backs this week. And we're definitely gonna need it. We need this W. We needed to win last week, to be honest. Even though no one really expected us to, that was a game that we really need to try to stay in any shape of playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like people too concerned about next year. It's about this year. You know what I'm saying? Like we still have talent this year. We still have the coaches if they do what they're supposed to do. Call the plays you need to call. To keep you in the game. Our defense doesn't blitz. Our offensive coordinator, he just forgot about running 6 games of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like thought his play
I
actions were gonna
feel
really
you.
work when you couldn't even run the ball. You idiot! Like, come on now, you gotta run the ball, for a play action to work. You learned that first day of school. So, our offensive side has definitely picked it up, looked a lot better the last couple of weeks. We took advantage of what we could, and I think it showed. It showed up in the scoreboard. Even though we lost by 3, it was still a close game till then. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't no blowout. But our defense is struggling. Like these guys definitely need to get it together over there. And like I said, I feel the talent's there. Our linebackers are soft. You know what I'm saying? Our linebackers are really, really soft. And so that's a big issue with our defense. But it's the scheme too. You know what I'm saying? When you know your positions, you know what players you got where, you got to attack that. You know what I'm saying? You got to use them to their strengths. You know what I'm saying? If you got coverage linebackers that ain't stopping the run, make them blitz. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to make them be reactive. If they don't have their natural instinct, you got to put it in them in the game plan. You know what I'm saying? That's just stuff you do, as a defensive coordinator. I'm not a defensive coordinator. I know that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, come
No,
on,
those are
like how can
those are
we
100.
as everyday fans understand what's going on in your head, and you don't even understand what's going on in your head. But that's why they have
Right.
YouTube and we have our shows, so we can let everybody know how we feel about it. You know,
Exactly. And I want to answer a question I just saw in the chat real quick. Somebody
which
had
one?
asked, "Who is this? Who is this on my shirt?" This is my nephew. He passed away at 14 of a car wreck.
Oh,
So he is the inspiration for everything I do. He is the reason that we are the answer is 42. He wore the number 42 in every sport that he played. That's why I got this necklace. That's why he's here, and that's why you don't question the blue. So
yes.
that
Hey,
yes,
man, that is
that's
awesome.
why.
That is so
Thank you.
awesome,
Thank you.
man. And you know what's so
Yeah.
funny? What that was one of my questions for you. Like, I was gonna say, I seen you on Twitter with that logo and everything like that. Like, what is that for real? You know what I'm saying? To be honest, when we first talked, I thought you were him. Like, that was you. Like, I was like, yeah, this young dude coming on the show. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna chop it up, talk about some football. And then I was
Oh
like,
no, definitely
okay.
not young.
When I went to your site, I was like, oh, okay, so he's an adult too. Okay, that's good
Yeah.
too. But yeah, man, that's a
Yep.
great story, man. Much
Thank
much
you.
props to you. He
I
says, up to
appreciate
this
it.
point, 3 Bronco rookies that impressed you the most.
Jonathan Cooper, Javante Williams, Patrick Surtain.
Okay, are you only saying Cooper and Williams for the one game, or have they been doing this all year long?
No, they've been doing it all. All three of those guys have been doing it all year long. It has
Mm.
nothing to do with just the Broncos game. Javante Williams has been a beast since he set foot in Denver. Actually, all three. Jonathan Cooper was a training camp wonder. That's a sixth round pick, y'all. That man has absolutely balled out. And Pat Sertan. I mean, we've already sang the man's praises. And like I said, I stand for Sertan. I absolutely loved that pick, and I am happy that the Broncos chose him over Justin Fields.
Yes, I bet you are, right?
One
That's a
thousand
good
percent.
trade, man. I want to Certain too. You know what I'm saying? Like, we needed a cornerback
So
too,
did
so
Dallas.
you know what I'm
So
saying?
did
Like, I
Dallas.
wanted Certain to fall. I was like, he's gonna fall. I thought Devontae was gonna get picked up probably earlier. They're gonna clean house there, but nope, he didn't fall to us.
But
So
since you're an Eagles fan, think about this: if the Broncos would have taken Justin Fields, then the Cowboys would have ended up with Pat Sertan. So they would have had Trayvon Diggs and Pat Sertan. How
ooh.
would that have changed y'all's division?
Yeah. Hey, thank you, Broncos. 2 times. Thank you for the draft. And now thank you for beating the Cowboys last week. That was awesome to see. You know
You
what I'm
are
saying? Like,
welcome. Even though I picked
yes,
against the Broncos like everybody else, but
you did.
I did. The only people I know that actually picked the Broncos are she's my sister-in-law, who's actually in the chat right now, Nika Nicholson, and my co-host Dylan. They both, and my sister-in-law actually almost got the score perfect. Her prediction was 31-17.
Wow.
That was insane. I went insane. I was like, what are you smoking? Because I don't know if any Broncos offense is going to score 30 points. Like that's what I said when she put that in the chat. So I'm the a-hole when it comes to that. But yeah, I picked against them.
Hey,
So did Shannon Sharp though. So you can't be just mad at me.
everybody probably did though. You know what I'm
They
saying?
did.
Like, we Cowboys were hot. You know what I'm saying? We didn't think the Broncos was gonna be that team, especially not after getting rid of Von Miller. How did you feel about that?
I love the move. I mean, obviously, I hated the fact that my favorite player of all time outside of Steve Atwater got traded. I mean, obviously, as a fan, that hurt. But as a professional in this business, I understand the business side. And to get a second and third round pick for a 33-year-old pass rusher who's going to be a free agent after the season, and this is something that I've been pumping because I honestly think that it's going to happen is that they gave away Von Miller for a second and third round pick for half a season, and they will re-sign him in the offseason. So
Hmm.
essentially, we're going to get a second and third round pick for nothing.
Nice.
So it's an absolutely brilliant
Yeah.
move.
That would be a dream scenario there. Cause after Vaughn get a taste of LA, my guy, woo, that defense is about to be that much better. You know what I'm saying? They just
Bruh,
got OD LBJ over there.
nasty.
You know what I'm saying? They looking like a Super Bowl team. You know what I'm saying? They look like a Super Bowl team.
They, no one has been all in like the 21 Rams. That's beyond. I have never seen a team mortgage their future for a single game for a single season in the history of the NFL. I honestly am shocked at how
Jeez.
much draft capital they've given up. But I mean, they want to do what Tampa Bay did because the Super Bowl is in LA this year. So Matthew Stafford wants to sit next to Tom Brady on that mantle of quarterbacks that have won a Super Bowl in their home stadium. Right now, Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the only quarterback and team to accomplish that ever, period. So
Mm,
if Matthew Stafford could go from Detroit to that level, I mean, you got to know that they're going to give it their all. And it's
yeah,
an absolutely stacked team. I honestly look forward to watching how that defense plays, especially with Von Miller. I will be
yeah,
watching closely.
yeah, man. That's gonna be crazy. He's a question for you. He says opinions on linebacker Josie Jewell and receiver Tyree Cleveland.
Josie Jewell is a below average middle linebacker. He has really good instincts, but he has very limited athleticism. He's not very fast, he's not very quick, and he's not very strong. So he
Mm,
has extreme limitations at the middle linebacker position. I think he could be like a Jackie Slater. I don't know how many of y'all would know who that is, but he was a special teams maven for Bill Belichick and the Patriots for over a decade. I think he could be a player like that that can contribute on defense here and there in certain packages, especially in like goal line and red zone where he doesn't have as much ground to cover. He's really, really good in that area,
mm,
but he cannot cover anybody that's more than like a backup tight end, and they better not be fast because he can't keep up with them.
mm,
So I have a very, very low view of Joe. I love his tenaciousness. I love his attitude. I love his nastiness as a middle linebacker. But as far as physical limitations, I think those are too much for him to overcome. And then the second player was Tyree Cleveland. I do like Tyree. I think again another Jackie Slater like type player, one that's going to play on all the special teams units. He's a wide receiver, but he's also a gunner on the punt team. So he's got a nasty streak. I love how physical he plays, and I think he
mm.
could be a big slot in the ilk of like an Anquan Bolden is what he
Mm.
reminds me of, but with more speed. So those are my views.
Nice, man. So you saying he said? So you're saying that Broncos won the trade?
When it comes to Von Miller, yes, most definitely. I mean, you gave up a second and third round pick for an aging pass rusher that you have no guarantee of re-signing, and the
Mm.
man has already said that he'll be back. Like he said it while he was doing an interview after the trade, talking about be on the lookout, Broncos country. I'll be back.
Oh, that's what's
So
up.
I
That's
mean,
what's up.
yeah,
That's some exclusive news. He says, "How are both defenses going to hold up during the game?" Like I said earlier, our coaching defensive coordinator is going to control that situation. You know what I'm saying? If he brings the pressure, he brings the heat. I think our defense can hold up pretty well. You know what I'm saying? I know you guys got Judy and Patrick and those boys, but we do got Slay. That's been our whole secondary. You know what I'm saying? Maddox, Slay, Nelson, Harris, and McLeod. Man, those are some good safeties out there. We've got a lot of years and experience back there. So I think with these younger guys, they should be able to hold their ground, and do their thing. But it all matters to pressure because you don't get that pressure on them. You know what I'm saying? Then any quarterback can be gold. You know what I'm saying? Receivers gonna get open after so long. You know what I'm saying? With these DBs backpedaling and doing whatnot, one false move and boom, you're gone. So
yeah,
I think that that matchup should be good. It's the linebackers versus the running backs. What I'm kind of nervous about. You know what I'm saying? Like having Williams after watching the highlights of last week, having Williams did what he did out there was like, woo! Oh no, man, that boy looked bad. He's determined too. He's like, I'm about to make a name for myself for sure. Like that's about to
yeah.
happen. So, man, we're gonna see how that matchup holds up, and then the offensive and defensive line. I really think if when our defensive lines, at full strength and they're doing their thing, like I'm not really worried about any offensive lines in the league. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause they're a group of veterans that are good. You know what I'm saying? Like Fletcher Cox, still one of your best run blockers. He's not getting the sacks like you want, but he's still, stuff and runs, you know what I'm saying? So you got Javon Hargraves playing lights out this year, you know what I'm saying, right next to him, I think he has a career high in sacks, like 6.5 or something like that. And those guys in the middle, that's really assuring. You got Josh Sweat, just got a nice new contract. He's been playing some decent football. It's Barnett that's he's been playing good balls, but he has the most penalties ever, and they come at the worst opportune time. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how? You just make everybody continue to talk about you. You know what I'm saying? Because you do it,
Yep.
at the wrong time. At the end of the game when you need to stop these guys. Now you done did some bonehead penalty that cost us, basically cost you the game, or could, could have affected that a lot. So, but other than that, we got some young guys behind them, and our defensive line looking pretty good. So I don't like when they're coached right and they're doing their thing. I really feel like they're the offensive line's got to worry about more of them than them actually working about the offensive line.
Right. First off, shout out to the wifey. I appreciate you with that question. Love you. Appreciate it. But as far as I'm essentially, I'm just going to echo what you said. The running game is what worries me about this Eagles offense, and the Broncos rush D being suspect. I, that really scares me, especially if Baron Browning is not able to go, the rookie middle linebacker, and it's just up to Kenny Young, who has had 2 weeks to learn this defense. Well, 3 weeks now,
Mm-hmm.
and some kid that we end up pulling up off of the practice squad are going to end up starting at the middle linebacker position. And like you
Oh
said,
wow.
there has to be a synergy between the pass rush and the back end. The Broncos, obviously, all the pundits have talked about them having the best back end, the best cornerbacks, the best safeties, and all of that. But it doesn't matter how good your back end is if you're not getting pressure. And Justin Fields, or not Justin Fields, Jalen Hurts' legs
Oh
are what
yeah.
scare me the most when it comes to this game. Between Miles Sanders and Jalen Hurts, they can absolutely shred that front seven for the Denver Broncos. So if we can't get Draymond Jones back, if Mike Purcell's not 100% healthy, if Baron Browning's not in the middle, y'all could absolutely eat all day on the ground. There's just going to be gaping holes in every gap, and it's just going to be Miles Sanders picking his poison as the game goes on. And
That would
so as
be
far as
awesome.
yeah, and flipping it, I as a Broncos fan, I don't like this is true, but when it comes to Teddy Bridgewater, the Ravens gave the game plan: blitz him, blitz him, blitz him, blitz him, every single play. Just bring the house every single play because he can't, especially if you have any type of disguise to your
Hmm.
blitz, he cannot figure it out. There's been an uncountable amount of times that he has slid the protection in the opposite direction of where the blitz is coming from. And that's how the Dallas Cowboys got their 4 sacks, even though they had a 30-point deficit. Like they were able to get to him because they just kept blitzing and blitzing, and he holds on to the ball for too long, and he can't read defenses the way that they claimed that he could in the preseason. He does not see the whole field. He has a bad habit of locking in on a receiver and just staring them down. And if they don't get open, he just holds on to the ball until he gets smacked from some direction.
Yeah, man, like I said. And really it's just basic football, you know what I'm saying? That's what you need to do. The quarterback is the head of the snake, man. You chop it off and chop it off early, you know what I'm saying? You chop that off early, it's gonna affect every part of their offense, you know what I'm saying? If Teddy's out of
Domino
sync,
effect.
it's a domino. Like you say, yeah, it's a domino effect, and it'd be a lot easier game. And I can see some of these things that you're talking about that if we were to do, you know what I'm saying, we can really catch you guys in the offensive side of the ball. Like, I'm looking for Miles Sanders to just come out and show the world that, you know what I'm saying? I'm tired of hearing the noise. I am that back. Because I personally think, Miles Sanders healthy getting the ball. If he got it a whole season, man, he'll be a top 5, top 10 back in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he's that good. He just doesn't get the opportunity to do it. So, hopefully it starts this week. That we can go on a nice little run, and do something. Like this is where if your team catches fire, what I'm saying, it's perfect time. This is a November, December, run that football, catch fire, get your team confident going into the playoffs. If you get that wild card spot, anything's possible, so I'm definitely looking for my team making a run. Like if we lose this week though, and Teddy got 80% passing, you know what I'm saying, 153 QBR, then I might have to backpedal a little bit and change some of my opinions about the team. So
No, I completely understand the consternation. It's kind of what I've dealt with all year with my own team. They've been very Jekyll and Hyde. Been moments where you're like, man, this could be a world beater, and then the very next week they just completely crap the bed. But I mean, definitely, this is the time of year where the pretenders and the contenders separate. This is where you really find out who has the depth because this is where all of the injuries have come to a head. This is where normally after this point is where all the soft tissue injuries stop. From now on, it's normally the only way somebody's going out is they snap a leg bone or a forearm or something like that. At this point, everybody's built up their calluses. So whoever had the best depth coming into the season, this is where it shows. This is where you really got to dig deep and you really got to have a great coaching staff that can, essentially make a gourmet meal out of just what's left over in the pantry.
Yeah, it's facts, man. Facts, So we got another question for you. He said, what was your, expectations prior to the 2021 season? What was your record prediction? Has it changed?
As soon as Teddy was announced as the starter, I went on record as saying that this Broncos team would have a losing record. I put them at 7-10
Oh,
before the season. So with the fact that they did win a couple of games, I didn't think they would win. I didn't think that they would beat the Washington football team, and I did not think that they would beat Dallas.
mhm.
So I will move that a little bit more and say it's more like they'll probably be like more like 8-9, but still, and that still that'll keep them in the hunt. And I absolutely hate that fact because the Broncos still need a quarterback, and this is
No,
what I've said since Teddy Bridgewater was named the starter is that he's not going to win you enough to get a championship, but he's also not going to lose enough for you to get a top 10 pick so that you
no,
can get that quarterback. So it's kind of the purgatory that the Broncos have put themselves in.
no, man, that sucks. It sucks being in that situation. Like you don't want to make the move, and I'm like, even with Eagles fan, like get rid of Hurts, go get someone big. I'm like, do you know we're giving up draft picks to get this guy, and we're gonna be giving up lots of financial capital. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a lot of money. Meaning our team's gonna be the same exact team with a new quarterback. And if you think that's gonna work, you know what I'm saying? It's our time to retool, regroup. You know what I'm saying? So say we make a wild card. That's good enough. You know, did all you need to do for the season. You know what I'm saying? That's a good year. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't great. You had your lumps, your first year, your lumps, Next year we have something to build on with those 3 first-round picks. Jalen Hurts staying on the team, you know what I'm saying? He's on a rookie contract, so we're not paying him that much. And then you got 3 first-rounders load up on defensive talent. This draft's coming up is gonna have a lot of good defensive talent early in the draft. Get a couple of those guys added to your team. Now your team's better going into next year. Already made that, playoff run. It's like now you can build on that and try to win some more games. So, we'll see what happens though, man. Like it all
Yeah,
starts now. Like I say, once you hit that halfway mark, we had 17 games. You know what I'm saying? That's an extra game everybody got to lose. That's how I looked at it. If you lost an extra game now, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because you play one extra game. So it's not like,
yes,
it's the same effect there. So, we're gonna see how it happens. Like I said, I was high. I was drinking all the Kool-Aid from my Eagles, man. Like I was like full of it. Like, ooh, pitcher, turn up.
oh,
Like 13-4, baby. We're going out there. We're winning the Super Bowl. Like 13-4, and then it was like okay, 12-5, maybe. Then okay, 11-6. It just keeps going down and down. But and I said my floor starting the season was 10-7. So I still think that that's a possibility of getting there. I know there's only one more loss, no matter who it is, but I think it's either you or the Cowboys. Towards the end of the season would be the only way to get those losses. When you play New York twice, you play actually 3 times if you count the Jets. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Washington twice. You know what I'm saying? Like that should be a nice
yeah,
little run of wins. If people want to keep their job around here, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm
yeah. I
saying. So
mean, yeah, that's as soft as a schedule as you can get, especially going down the stretch. So y'all definitely are set up that if y'all can, especially if y'all can get the win this week and then just make that run, it's not gonna. If y'all can just go on a run and win every game up until Dallas, it's not gonna matter what happens in Dallas. Y'all will be in the playoffs at that point, and y'all
yeah.
have a chance if y'all can
Mhm.
get over the hump, figure out this win this week. And I mean, it's the same thing with the Broncos. I think this is, and it really kind of irritates me is that this 5-4 record has so many thinking Super Bowl.
Mhm.
Teddy Bridgewater is not winning anybody a Super Bowl. Period. I don't know how many times I got to say that before people realize it, but it's just
Mhm.
the truth. Teddy is not taking anyone to a championship. Period. I don't care what the team is. I don't care where you put them, because people got to realize that just because the quarterback is the most important position, it's not the only position. But it also, at the same time, it can be the one that causes the most swings within a game.
Yo, that.
An interception and a touchdown. I mean, those things can they can turn a game completely. So, I mean, I get where people always want to concentrate on the quarterback, but unless you have everything else around them, I don't care how great they are. Look at Peyton Manning, one of the greatest of
Exactly.
all time. The only times that he won a championship, the two times, was when he had an absolutely amazing run game and a
Hmm.
ridiculous defense on the other side.
That's
So it
Brady
doesn't
too.
matter.
You know,
Yeah,
everybody will
yeah,
call
Brady.
Brady to go. That dude has gotten blessed in situations. You know what I'm saying? He was a game manager until he learned how to play football. And then when he learned how to play football, he was still on good teams, so he looked great. You know what I'm saying? It was a perfect storm for him. You know, but like those,
Really
I tell
was.
everybody, those first 3 years, everybody's so hard on Jalen. His first year, I'm like, he's only played 13 games, my guy. You know, like, he's doing what he
I've been saying the
can.
same about Drew Lock, bro.
You know, but just like they only look at his passing. I'm like, he's a dual threat quarterback. As long as he's still doing good stuff with his feet, he's gonna make some mistakes with his arm, but it's okay because he's making up for it. You know what I'm saying? You guys gotta chill out. Let's let the whole season go out, and then decide at the end of the
Yeah.
season as a collective. Did he play good enough to want him next year, or do we need to go get a quarterback?
Yeah.
But as of right
Just
now, he's done
relax.
plenty of big plays for me to be satisfied. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I know he got some rookie mistakes, but he also looked good sometimes. You're like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? All right, we got our quarterback. So everybody just need to chill out. I think a lot of fans get into the rush where they need to hurry up and make a decision. You know what I'm saying? I do it sometimes too when I'm in the heat of the moment. Maybe like right in that post game show. You know what I'm saying? I'll be probably saying some stuff, but I usually come down to earth. Start thinking about okay, listen, gotta give him some more chance. You know, trust the process. Let us continue to sprouting new leaves.
No, I hear you, brother. You're preaching to the choir, because I've been saying the same things about Drew Lock over the last year. Like, I literally went from the guy telling people after his rookie season to calm down. He's not the chosen one yet. We need to see more, to being the guy of, hey, let's calm down. He's only had 18 starts. Y'all realize that's just barely enough to fill the schedule this year, right? Like,
Hmm.
let's calm down. Like, how are people so out on a 24-year-old with a cannon arm, good elite athleticism? Like, he blew the combine away, and
Hmm.
he spent 4.5 months tutoring under Peyton freaking Manning. Like,
Woo.
how does that not entice you to want to see what the kid can do? Like, a lot of people try to say, like, oh, you're a Drew Lock apologist and you're a Drew Lock fan. No, I'm not. I just want to see what the kid has done. I want to see if 4.5 months tutoring under Peyton Manning did anything for the kid. Because in the offseason and in the preseason, it definitely looked like a whole new Drew Lock. He was
Hmm.
able to take the snap under center. His footwork looked great. I mean, there was a couple of moments here and there where things got a little wonky, and he's still learning. Again, 18 starts in the league. If you go back and take Drew Lock's stats in his first 18 games and put them up against John Elway and his first 18 games, Drew Lock's numbers are better.
Yeah, I say that about church still all day. I go, well, you guys hear? We know there's some stats you can look over like whatever but when you hear things like top 10 all time ever quarterback in terms of yards and touchdowns, you know what I'm saying? Your quarterbacks in their first 12 games, you know what I'm saying? And your quarterbacks on that list. Like, you know how many quarterbacks has played through this league? You know how many of them played their whole, you know, thousands of quarterbacks had rookie seasons, good ones, bad ones, crappy ones, but to be top 10 in stats, that means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's saying you got a promising guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to give him some more time, teach him some more fundamentals, then let the game come to him. He's got a bad start where he didn't run the football the first 6 weeks of the season. You know what I'm saying? But he still made the most he had. He had a couple 300-yard games, and he also had games where, he got close to 100 yards rushing. So, Jalen's done his thing to me. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the coaching, how they're going to continue to develop him and continue to put new weapons around him. So hopefully that works out. And, like I
I
said, I'm
love
not
that
worried about
word.
Jalen.
Yeah, I would love that word development, because a lot of people don't realize that there has been more quarterbacks ruined in this league from poor development on
Mm-hmm.
poor coaching staffs than have actually been developed. Like there are so many quarterbacks out there that should have been great, but because they went into a crappy situation, like the biggest one is David Carr. Like you see how his
Yeah.
brother, who Derek admits that David is the better quarterback in that family. But
Mm-hmm.
because David went to Houston in that dumpster
They got
fire of an expansion
destroyed.
team, got destroyed. The man still holds the
Destroyed.
record for the most times being sacked in a season, and he's the top three. One guy, top three in seasons of being sacked.
Yeah.
And I mean, you want to keep going back to these things. Like you look at Peyton Manning still holds the record for the most interceptions thrown by a rookie.
Yeah.
Like these things take
I mean,
time. They
Jalen has
take
what,
development.
4 turnovers, guys? Like, come on now. You got 4
That's
picks.
insane for a rookie. He's still
Yeah.
essentially a rookie. Like to only have 4 turnovers in this many games against the type of teams that he has played up until this point is
Mhm.
quite impressive.
Yeah.
Like there's quarterbacks that have four. I mean, that have already this year have had 4 or more interceptions in a game. Like we had Zach Wilson throw what 6 interceptions
Yeah.
in week 2 or 3. So I mean, come on, guys. What are y'all being so angry about?
Yeah, freaking Patty Mahomes like leading the league with like 18 turnovers. It's like, what the hell? Like this dude gets $500 million, but no one's saying anything about bench him. You know what I'm saying? Like that he couldn't get benched if he wanted to get benched. You know what I'm saying? He could throw,
No,
50 more turnovers. I promise you that I know we're gonna get every dime out of Patty. You know what I'm saying? Unless his leg broke, he playing today.
you ain't putting 50 mil on the bench, man. That's just
uh-huh.
not gonna happen.
Facts.
So yeah, no, yeah, it's just how the
Okay,
way.
well, let's get through a
Sometimes,
couple more because I
unfortunately, it's
do
not
got
marathon.
another live coming up here. But
Gotcha.
let's go with the prediction for stats. I like this question. During
Okay.
the game and possibly any fumbles or turnovers, how do you think you see your quarterback?
I do think Slay gets Teddy at least once, and I think Gordon he's been a lot less secure with the ball lately. So I think he fumbles. So I know it's not a quarterback, so I say at least one interception by Teddy and one fumble by Melvin Gordon this Sunday.
Nice. And how many yards?
How many yards for Teddy?
Yeah,
I will say no more than 220.
220. How
Yeah.
many? And then how many touchdowns you said?
I'll give him one touchdown.
One touchdown, one interception, 220 for Teddy B.
For Teddy
Okay,
B.
well, I'm not
Got
going to
it.
be that cruel to Hurts. I think Hurts breaks out of his 15 game or 14 pass slump now. You know what I'm saying? We get the man 20 to 25 passes this game. You know what I'm saying? But Miles Sanders runs the ball and runs the ball well. You know what I'm saying? In his return to the game. So he makes it a lot easier for Jalen to do his thing. Jalen to get at least like 275, in the air, with a couple of, let's say, 2 to 3 touchdowns. I think, he's going to have to show everybody that he can pass the ball this week if we're going to win this game too. So 2 or 3 touchdowns, and then he's going to have like 70 yards on the ground like he always do. Like that's a constant. You know what I'm saying? Like it's either he gets 70 or he gets like 100. So it's like whichever one he does, as long as he shows he is that dual threat and he handles his business out there. So and then turnovers, Jalen doesn't really turn over the ball, man. Like I'm not giving him one. That's for sure. Maybe I think our defense might get some turnovers. You know what I'm saying? I think our defense can pick off Teddy Bridgewater and get Teddy. So that'll be my thing
Saying,
with them, our defense. But if I did have to take anybody that could probably do one, it would be Miles Sanders is not ready to be back. He goes out there, he gets hit wrong and there's a fumble or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, oh, you brought Miles back too early. Miles wanted to come back too early, and it's like one of those type of situations. But hopefully not. Like I had to throw it out there, but I don't want any of that to happen at all. But so. But yeah, that'd be the turnovers I see
I,
there. And then he said 3 keys to the game for victory.
I guess for each of us. So
Yeah.
you want me to go first, or
Yeah, you can go first.
okay? All right. So 3 keys to the Broncos winning because I I'm not sure that they will, but the best way that they can do it is Teddy Bridgewater has to play a perfect game, no turnovers whatsoever. The offense has to play a perfect game, so no turnovers. Period. They cannot turn the ball over at all. the defense has to get turtle. Justin Simmons has to get an interception. He has to cover the entirety of the deep end and get at least one pick. So no turnovers on offense, get turnovers on defense, and we must run the ball. They have to get
Nice.
at least 130 yards on the ground.
Woo! If they do that, that'd be yeah. You probably will be winning that game. I'm telling you that straight up. Like we give up that much running. I don't trust the rest of the defense for anything else with that one, man. So I'm gonna say 3 keys to the game. Like I said, get to the snake early. Blitz, Teddy B, all game long, full-fledged blitzes from everywhere, from linebacker spot with lines, stunts and safety blitzes and cornerback blitzes. Just bring them from everywhere. Hit them. Hit them early, get them shooken up early, and then you have a better shot at stopping them the rest of the game. So Stop Williams is my number 2. Man, that guy looked good last week. Like, he was running people over. He was like making people miss. He's fast, strong. You know what I'm saying? I remember watching him coming out the draft, man. I'm like, dang, they got some 2 good running backs over there in North Carolina over there, And you guys got Williams, and Williams looking like every part of that. So we cannot let him get started at all. Or even, like we don't usually do the better one. We do the one that's so good. So Melvin Gordon, even stop Melvin, because we definitely don't want Gordon getting hot. That doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it looks pretty nice. So we definitely don't want Melvin getting hot. That whole run game need to get stopped early too. And then, control, have a balanced offense. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's make sure we're running the ball still. Miles Sanders getting a chance to get some carries under his belt, feel comfortable at running the ball again with the team. We really show that, if we run him, he'll produce at a high level, and then that also opened up the passing lanes for guys like Devontae Smith. We need to get Quez Watkins the ball more. I want to see Dallas Scholar get some more passes, and maybe even that youngster, what was his name? Tyree Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been back the last couple of games. I want Tyree Jackson to get some pass, get involved in that pass game. So, we got a lot of targets. So you just got to get out there and do it and execute it. It's a coach's job to get these guys open and make easy reads for Jalen to hit them. So, go do your work. Don't complain about, how no one's doing your thing, because you say you're going to control, and adjust to all the players' skills. And that's what you do when you're adjusting the player skills. You're changing up a play that you might want to do one way and realize your player can't do it that way. So you adjust it to what way that the player can do it. So, it's up to Nick and Gannon to get out there and do their thing, and everything else will be cake.
I hear you, most definitely. I can't argue with that at all.
Yeah.
I think we have score predictions. Yep, and I think somebody wants my all-time Denver Broncos team.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Score predictions. My score prediction will be 28-17. I don't switch to so many times, just so one of them will be close. 28-17 Eagles. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a pull away late. It's not the first half of the game. It's going to be one of the ones where the coaches have to figure each other out, and then hopefully our coach can do what I expect him to do, and we can pull away there. So that'll be my score prediction. I don't know about yours.
I know I'm going to make Broncos country bad like I usually do. I think that as we were talking about drinking Kool-Aid earlier, this Broncos squad has drank the Kool-Aid of the media coverage they've gotten this week. There's been way too many of them out here thumping their chest like they just won the Super Bowl, when it's essentially just a meaningless regular season game. So I'm worried that they are going to have that, I'm better than everybody mentality and overlook this Eagles squad. And the fact that there's a potential COVID outbreak going on right now. Pat
your offensive coordinator's not doing it. That was awesome.
Yeah, we still got multiple other guys that just got nailed with close contacts and stuff. So it's looking kind of ugly in Dove Valley. So I'm going to go 24-17 Eagles.
Whoa. I think that's the first of the show. But hey, you're keeping it real. I
keep it real, bro.
I like it.
Keep it real,
that's,
no matter
that's
what.
Real right there, Nation. You gotta give him props for that one. Like, he was like, my team losing, like, straight up. Even when we played Detroit, and those guys were saying they're gonna edge us out, but he's like, nah, they ain't winning this week. They ain't winning this week. And I hope it happens. I hope it happens. But let's get to this team,
I'm sure
man.
You do.
Let's go. You already know everything about it, man. It's your all-time list for as long as you've been watching the Broncos, man. Let's start out with your quarterback and who will be backing them up.
Quarterback's going to be John Elway. Backup Jake Plummer.
Plummer, Jake the Snake was the man. I wasn't even a Broncos fan. I loved Jake the Snake Plummer, man.
Absolutely
He
love Jake the Snake. Yes.
tough guy out there, always doing his thing, man. Jake is a beast. I liked him. Um, let's go with your running backs.
Yep.
3 of them.
Running backs. You need 3 of them. All right. I got Terrell Davis, Floyd Little, and Mike Anderson.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, Mike was good too. No Clinton Portis.
Just not enough sample size. Like I love Clinton, but he's more of a Washington.
Yeah, I guess you can put him more over there than he was. He started out there. Let's go with 2 tight ends.
All right. Well, I actually also got a fullback for you, Howard Griffith. Okay. But tight ends, Shannon Sharp and Otis Armstrong.
And who'd you say your fullback was?
Howard Griffith.
Ooh.
He was the fullback of the Super Bowl teams in the 90s.
Yeah.
He was Terrell Davis's blocker.
Yeah, exactly. He's a Plummer over Manning. Oh, it's his list.
I just love Jake. I mean, I love Peyton.
Yeah, Jake is legendary.
When you want to talk about talent, obviously Peyton's above. But when it comes to a Broncos fan and what he did, I just absolutely love Jake. And that ride that we had with him to the AFC Championship was an absolute blast.
Nice. Let's go 4 receivers.
4 receivers: Rod Smith, Demaryius Thomas, Rick Upchurch, and Vance Johnson.
Nice. Who's going to start in that offensive line?
Gary Zimmerman and Ryan Clady are my tackles. Keith Bishop, Mark Schlereth my guards, and Tom Nalen is my center.
Nice. Defensive line.
Defensive line, I'm going 3-4 because those have been the greatest defenses that the Broncos have had. So my 3 down linemen are Rich Tombstone Jackson, Greg Cragen, and Barney Chavis.
Woo!
Yep. And then my outside linebackers are Von Miller and Simon Fletcher. My inside linebackers are Carl Mecklenburg and Randy Gradishar. 2 snubs of the Hall of Fame that need to be in.
Nice, man. That's some good guys there, man. Like, watch out now, that 3-4 coming. Give me 3 cornerbacks.
Oh, you ready for this back end, bro? I don't think y'all are ready. You got ready. Champ Bailey, Mike Harden at the cornerback spots. Then you have Steve Atwater and Dennis Smith at the safety spots, and Chris Harris Jr. is my slot.
Oh, Harris Jr. Look at you. You putting him in there. Yeah, he played some good balls, man. But Champ's the best, man. That was, man, I always been mad, man. I love playing with Champ Bailey. Like, he give me all the turnovers I need when you play with Champ.
Yeah. Hit that hit circle and triangle every time, interception. Bro, all day. I feel you.
Let's go with kicker and punter. And I guess kicker, kickoff return, punter, return.
Already got you. Kicker is Jason Elam. Punter is Tom Ruin. Punt returner is Rick Upchurch. And kick returner is Floyd Little.
Nice. All right. Off defensive coordinator.
Defensive coordinator, got to go with my boy Wade Phillips. Son of bum, baby.
Nice. Offensive coordinator.
Gary Kubiak.
Goops. And who's going to be the head coach?
The only offensive coordinator to win a Super Bowl in Denver. How about that?
And who's going to
special teams? Sorry, who?
Special teams. You got a special team guy? Go ahead and throw him out.
I do. Troy Calhoun, the now head coach of the Air Force University.
Nice.
And then head coach, obviously, Mike
Shanahan. Yep. Had to go Shanahan, that's for sure. Well, hey, man, that's a great list, man. You had them all ready. That was nice and clean, quick, professional, straight to the – I like it. My guy.
Appreciate you. That's what I do, man. That's what I do.
Oh, yeah, did you do a punter and kick? Oh, yeah, he just did punter and kick a return. Yeah, so, hey, man, go ahead and let everybody know where they can find you at on all your social media platforms.
Most definitely. You can find me on Twitter @_the answer is 42 and @Dan Wetstein II. You can find me on Instagram. The answer is 42. You can find me on Twitch. The answer is 42_gaming. You can find me on Facebook. The answer is 42. YouTube. The answer is 42. I mean, like I said, literally anywhere you want to get your content, just type in the answer is 42 and we got you. Don't question the blue.
Hey, man, great show again today, man. Thanks again for stopping by. It was a pleasure. I had a blast. And we definitely got to do something else again sometime. You know what I'm saying? We definitely got to link up. Hey, like I
We
always
will.
say at the end of my shows, thanks for the 15 still in here. Please hit that like on the way out and fly, Eagles, fly. Till next time, this Bird Gang 31, and we are out. Peace.